The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Sometimes others not
have an awesome cover identity like Jet Perfectus.
I'm not allowed cover identities.
So
They
good
go
he
against my
fooled
kit.
someone who worked for him.
It's my fucking crowning achievement.
So yes, go get changed. I'll talk to the innkeeper. So I'll
Very
go.
well.
find the
Where would
innkeeper.
you like to meet?
Inside.
We could meet at the at your temple.
Well, we should go there anyway.
Lots of assassins there.
I need Adrian to get those scrolls we discovered in the Archstone.
They could see to your healing as well, for the shoulder.
Yes.
That little thing.
I mean, I also have to deal with my
I
time.
mean, the rat absorbed most of it.
I did want to deliver those ancient Tauric scrolls to the nearest Tor temple.
Well,
so.
we'll meet you. I'll meet you at the Tor temple. Please go.
Okay, I shall clean up and then head there.
A fine display on the rope, by the way.
It's only a rope.
It was not exactly what I expected.
Why else would you throw it on the roof?
Well, I thought you would climb, but to run up it. Interesting.
But there was a slight climbing edge because of the angle. But
Yeah.
like basically just. You've seen acrobats do it. Well, I mean, you probably have in the universe, but I mean, all of you at the table have
Yeah.
probably seen.
My homeland prides itself on its mountaineers, and yet I'm not sure any of the ones I knew could have accomplished such a feat so quickly.
When you must brave other tribes, anything to get away or to advance is what's needed.
Sounds like you come from something quite interesting. I would like to hear more. Later, of course.
Certainly everywhere.
In the meantime, we should be away. Should we find Adrian first? Or will he be fine?
I'll talk to the innkeeper.
Alright, my giant friend, shall we go?
I already left.
No. He's already gone.
Yeah. Because I said I'd go and clean up and meet Solana. But yeah, so I would have just pretty much.
Step out into the street and spot you immediately.
Oh yeah. I'm the tall guy with a dagger sticking out of his shoulder.
You took it out, right?
I mean, I suppose I would have.
Otherwise, you're still paralyzed.
No, I would have taken it out. I would have had to loop the hammer around my wrist and then. Because I wouldn't have been able to get it out with that hand.
You go to meet the innkeeper. He will greet you with nasty business. That wasn't it. Unavoidable. We make no distinctions, you understand.
It's understandable. So you'll sort the one on the roof?
The roof. Interesting. There will be a small cleaning fee added to your bill.
Well, if they decided not to attack here, we wouldn't have an issue, would we?
No. You're in the kitchen, so the innkeeper will lean in and he'll be like, "Meat's back on the menu." And lean back out again.
Yay.
Boys.
It's because you've got like chicken, beef, lamb, meat.
Oh, Jesus.
And meat is described as a mystery meat from various sources, cannot be guaranteed to be from like a cow or a lamb, or it's just a bunch of meat we have.
Yeah, at the Torque Temple.
Oh, okay, yeah, you go in there.
You mean, yeah, that's where we're going to meet
The
up.
Temple of Tor is in this large grey stone squat pudding basin shaped building. A narrow, tall doorway admits you inside to a sparse, warm, brick oven temperatured interior. Sparsely furnished with nothing.
It's a bit warm even for me in here.
A pale white robed woman turns around from the altar and says, "That's really your fault for wearing all of that heavy armor there. Oof, you're large. You must be Sephiroth of Art Paladin."
Merely a cleric.
I was about to correct you on that.
At your service.
So, let me guess. You have a tithe to pay and want to pay it.
That is part of it, yes. In fact, I have already worked it out. It is in this pouch.
Very good. I will pass it on to the... I'm afraid I don't know your monastery.
Laurentian.
Of course. Explains everything.
I'm sorry?
You are. Is there anything else that Tor, merciless god of justice, can mete out for you?
I should have some friends approaching soon. We discovered some ancient Tauric scrolls in the patch stone, and we thought to bring them. You were the...
That is the only correct thought to have.
Yeah,
Will you stay and pray until they arrive?
Of course. Also,
There is only 2 pews. One of them has a sort of plump, merchant-dressed, bearded man praying at it, and the other one is empty.
Also, while I'm here, I might get seen to this wound I succumbed to.
Pure. It is minor. I will not waste our god's magic on that.
Fair enough.
And not a big hero such as yourself would be up to absorbing a little more punishment than a wee cut. Usually one
course.
stops shaving at the neckline. Just a tip.
Aye. Quite the sassy one, aren't you? You remind me of someone.
If you say yourself, I will beat you with my cudgel.
No, not myself. I will pray until the others arrive.
I will point out that no one came and got me, and I have the scrolls.
Yeah, I assumed you guys were getting him, or at least getting the scrolls.
Okay, so eventually 2 sorry cards show up. And then they leave and these 2 arrive.
Ah,
His voice echoes damply in the moist interior.
you have arrived. Did you not bring Adrian and
I knew I forgot something.
scrolls?
I've erred. I'll leave now.
Okay.
She leaves, leaving both of you there.
Very sparse
The
for a temple.
attendant priest glares at you both. You've got a nerve bringing one of them into this city. You're going to get yourself into trouble, and I won't have the Torque Temple associated with that trouble.
She is not what she seems.
They seldom are.
I mean, she is not a Zycian lich mistress.
And what can the temple do for you?
I'm just here with my friend.
Feel free to pray while we are waiting for Sulan to return.
Meanwhile, back at the inn.
So I'll ask the innkeeper where he is. If he's
Where who is?
Adrian, the companion I arrived with.
Oh, the Caesarian boy, yes. In the kitchens, working off his room.
Is there a place I can get letters delivered?
Letters.
Yes. letters.
Do you have a map?
Yes.
Give it to me. Oh, it is already marked. If you go west, you will find it. I would like to, at this point, draw your attention to the fact that that map is, in fact, got north at the bottom.
Wait.
I mean, it has to,
it
doesn't
fucking
it? You're
does
traveling
too.
south to the mountains. It's even on the compass, Rose.
Yeah, I just saw it there.
Wait, so then there's nothing to the west?
That's right.
Because if you're here, then the west
Well,
is off the page immediately. Or
At least you didn't say east.
No, I meant west.
I know, I'm just showing him what's on the east side since he can see it now. Yep. Thank you. I mean, you always find shade in water.
Yeah.
So I'll step to the kitchen.
Sulan enters the kitchen.
Oh, Sulan.
He puts down 2 floury breasts of chicken.
Be aware we've been attacked already.
What?
Just be on your guard. I wish to take those scrolls to the Temple of Tor.
Oh! They're in the they're in the case that has the hammer drawn on the top. Scribble's drawn.
I'll follow.
Okay. So you leave also, and I guess you're heading up to his room to get the okay. So his room is currently being picked by a kitchen staff member.
I will sneak up behind them.
Move silently check.
So we have a nice kitchen staff member this place here.
The being so kind as to unlock the door in advance.
They heard me. I rolled 87.
Oh, wow.
Shh! I can't hear the. There. That's clean. Do-ba-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I will be holding a dagger.
Do-ba-do-ba-do-do-do-do-do.
I'll fall them back down.
Schmittler, Schmittler, über alles, über alles. Soup.
Take her away.
What just happened?
The same thing with our other companions. Stop talking.
You came and talked to me!
He says, throwing a handful of pears into the air.
Oh,
Key.
I like
Well, when you want the key,
Oh no.
you have to ask the spirits. And they will ask the mountain. If the mountain's in a good mood, it puts the key
I'll
into
give her the
river.
key.
The river polishes it until it's all shiny and gleaming. We take the key out of the river and make it into whatever we want. Spears, arrowheads, keys.
Unlock his room.
Just put that on loop for 5 minutes there.
Yeah, and take his take the case.
Okay. The one with the hammer on it.
Yes.
Okay, you have to remove that from your inventory. Because it ain't there no more.
And I'll lock his room.
Okay.
And I'll give him back his key.
Okay.
Is the soup stirrer still there?
Yep.
I'll go up and whisper to them.
Thanks for the candy.
If anything's missing from any of the rooms, I'll know where to look.
Just stir him.
And I'll just
Royal
continue.
Burman soup stirrer.
Not at all shitting his pants.
Okay, so you return to the temple with the scrolls.
Ah, Sulan. Are you okay? Was there any...
More altercations?
Yes.
Naturally.
Well, I suppose we will talk about them in a moment. I shall deliver these to the cleric.
City. New Jack City.
I will approach with the...
Ooh. Ooh. Wow, that's old. She says she pulls a scroll out, just goes, careful. No, that's really old. Can you read this? I can't read this.
I don't think I could read it.
Puts it in the gravy pot. No. Puts it back in the case and I will have to transfer them back to the head monastery.
Of course. Thank you for taking them off on my hands.
I will see you later.
No doubt.
You will come back for evening services.
That sounds most pleasant, yes.
Not as pleasant
Lords.
as the other temple.
May he watch over you who is judge of all the world.
Meh. I will see you later. You'll be less hot if you don't wear all that armor into the temple. It's an oven in here.
I'll come back wearing less clothing. Just gauging her reaction to that. I don't even know what she's...
Insolence. I suppose Tor will take all servants.
And I'll return to Sulan and Radomir.
Yeah, good old Saphira's world where no means try harder.
Just great.
Play that sweet
So-
flute, Daddy.
Sulan,
Yes.
what have you to report? What have you observed about these assassins?
Very little. I
They
mean,
like to try killing people.
there was nothing on him,
Their favourite colour is grey.
and everything
They
that
enjoy long walks on the roof.
everything that was on him was destroyed.
And what was it that you What was it you wished to speak with me about before the altercation? Or was it merely that...
That they were approaching you, and I had to get you out of there.
Of course, that... Yes.
Why?
Oh, just curious. You seemed like you wanted to say something when you were talking about standing outside and
But I'm.
to get some fresh air.
Please be very careful on what you say and who you say it to, especially with why we're here.
Well, yes.
Also, this city is teeming with pickpockets. You'd think that San Ramirez would have more, but no.
I should probably not mention that place, too. I don't suppose either of you have heard from our mutual friend who disappeared as soon as we came through the
No,
walls?
I've seen the cart driver, but no one else.
Hmm.
They'll find us. You are not that hard to find.
No. Sometimes these broad shoulders can get me into too much trouble.
Are all of Tor's temples so sparse?
Compared to most temples of other gods I have entered, that is quite common. They do not believe in unnecessary things.
I can respect that.
What?
Nothing.
In the shining armor.
I looked at Saphira with a, whoa, you're the complete opposite.
Sorry, how much did you pay for a night's stay again?
It's the weird combination of when you have Cavalier as a kit,
I know.
clicked onto a Justice God clerical class.
Good.
Right now we just have to play the waiting game until she returns with the information.
Yes.
And beyond that we just have to be on our guard and keep careful. Is everything okay with Adrian? He is not with you.
No, he's in the kitchen cooking.
He is owning his keep?
Yes, and watching the other workers.
And, is there any concerns you have, or?
Well, apart from the altercation earlier, no.
Well, you know where to find me if anything should come up. Please, if you do see her, feel free to pass on information to me.
I believe you should be extra wary, Saphira.
Oh, yes.
They now, if they find out you are staying separate from us, there's no doubt in the city they already have.
I will be on my guard.
So, you split off and return back to your own inns?
I mean, that's where I'm going.
I'm off to drop a letter off.
Alright, you do that.
I'll go to the inn.
Okay. I'll deal with you first. Are you going into the tavern entrance or the inn?
To the tavern entrance.
There's a brief hush as you enter, and then conversation resumes.
I'll make my way over to the bar. Sit down.
Valency drinking?
Ale.
Leather mug.
Thank you, sir. Can it go on the room? Bowl.
Bull.
Here's my key.
So it is.
Much happening these days.
Very interesting things happen. If you have an interest in such happenings.
I'm good for now. Interesting.
Of course.
I'll sit back and wait for either Sulin to return or Adrian to be free from the kitchen.
Oh, he's going to be working until dusk. Right. So once you go back to your inn.
Yes. There is like a common sort of area. You said it's not quite like a bar. But
There is a bar there with a
yeah, but it's not
distinguished
like
gentleman, pretender, cleaning his things and serving drinks, but it's a quiet, reserved sitting area.
I will actually hang out in that
Oh, wow.
area instead of my room for a little while,
You pick out a winged back chair and sit in it.
and I'll just do a observation, like a perception check to observe what some of the other patrons are like who are in this area. 11. 2 below mine.
There is a well-dressed Merlin merchant in pale yellow and blue, sitting near the bar with a book in his lap. There is a plump woman of noble dress, of noble Serenian dress, in brocaded grey, with stitching of flowers climbing her sleeves, and she is sipping at an ornate cup, also reading a book. There is a dark with some grey-haired gentleman with diabolical demeanour in jet black wool with lace spilling from his wrists and around his neck. And he is also perusing a partially unrolled scroll near the fireplace. There is a pair of twins, it seems, both young and blonde and clearly local, both wearing yellow and red. Obvious house colors. And they are in a tight wool coat and jumpers. And they appear to be playing a game of some sort on the table.
Interesting. What type
The
of...
man in black is your friend.
Yeah, I was gonna
I was
ask you.
thinking that, yeah.
Would you not just approach him?
I'm curious about the game that they, like what type of game of the twins playing.
It appears to involve carved pieces in ebony and ivory arranged on a grid pattern with specific movements reserved for different pieces.
No. Chess hit, but not chess. I guess. But yeah, I will observe that for a little while and then approach my friend.
Okay.
Ah, it's good to see you again.
Carefully rolls the scroll up, slides it into a case, and then turns to pay attention to you. Ah! You have chosen an interesting place to stay. I would have picked you for one within the walls.
Well, I mean, this was recommended as the best
Please
place.
sit.
Oh, of course, thank you. Sit. Yes, this one was recommended to me. I can see you have such distinguished taste too. I must have made the right choice.
I must admit, I stayed at the first place I arrived at.
Oh, interesting way of approaching things.
We take things as they come. Anything is better than the eternity of streamless slumber.
Of course. So how fare things with you and since we last met?
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen it. And you? Have you delivered your scrolls?
The Tauric ones have been delivered, yes.
Yes. And no doubt then you are ready to sweep into the capital city proper, achieve all of your objectives, and leave covered in glory and wealth, such as you deserve.
Here's hoping.
Where are your companions? It is strange to not see you with them.
Apparently, they were a little too common for this place.
Of course, greatness is a lonely position sometimes. We cannot expect everyone to live up to the standards we set.
Yes. Besides, it is not the cheapest of places to stay at. I would not expect them all to wish to fork out for such lavish accommodations.
I am quite pleased with the results from Hasseldorf. The destruction and burial of that laboratory has Maldred in an uptaking, I am told. Very angry, very distant. You have struck a healthy blow against the dark by keeping that creature down there forever, never to leave.
That is good. I'm sure Tor will be pleased.
And you freed many slaves, illegal slaves.
Yes.
Slavers, uncommon folk, operating outside the strictures of law and order. Well punished. Well punished indeed.
Well, to be fair, they were already dead when we arrived.
Really?
Yes.
How unfortunate for them. Maybe they will learn, well, maybe in their next life they will learn not to be such uncouth oafs, sticking their noses in business in where it does not belong. He seems to have a particular hatred for those people.
Yeah, I was actually going to point out, you seem to have quite the vexation against slavers.
I dislike oafs like that putting their sticky fingers on things that do not belong to them. You
Like
understand, of
other
course.
people's lives.
Yes. Those lives did not belong to them. They were wrong to take them.
Well, it especially seems odd. Pray tell, do you know why illegal slavery operates in a country where it is actually illegal practice.
Do you have a specific country in mind?
Well, here, Romania, it is not illegal to be a slaver. But the
He
means in
seems
which they...
initially quite surprised at that, but then covers it up with assured confidence again. Sometimes, when things are tolerated or legal, there are tariffs, fees. Perhaps they do it for the feeling of power. Perhaps they are simply wastes of skin who got nothing better than what they deserved. Who knows what diseased thoughts were in their minds?
Interesting. Yes, once Roya has returned with some intel, we shall be able to proceed further into the city and put rest these matters concerning the what we found in the parched stone.
Yes, the parched stone. I have been doing some research on it. It was a great fortress, did you know, built a long time ago.
Yes.
And then it was conquered from behind. They thought to cage a great beast. It's not specific to what the great beast is, but they thought it would protect it much.
It's a Taras.
A Tarask, you say?
Yes.
Now that would be an interesting protector. I wonder how they thought to control such a creature, if it could even be done.
Well, they failed.
Indeed. Well, perhaps it could not be controlled anyway.
It's my friend. I can't help but just... The only things I'm holding back are things that I don't want casual observers to hear.
What's that flirt? What's it bad?
A passing thought. Apparently, a great treasure was concealed below. A great hoarding of gold and other artifacts. Pity. The gold I care nothing for, but it is always a shame when learning and artifacts are lost from the world when they should be in safekeeping,
Yes.
in the hands of those who would use it responsibly. Still. And then Sulin arrives back at your end.
I'm just sitting at the bar.
I see you, Baldric.
Ah, Sulin, you have returned. All goes well?
As well as to be expected.
I believe Adrian will be busy for some time.
Yes, well, they did say it was strenuous work. And I don't see why he's trying to save the coin.
Maybe just for something to do.
There's always something to do.
Speaking of, do you have anything in
And
mind?
if you guys wanted to, you could check the boards. Lifting, carrying, soldiery.
I mean, to be fair, the first thing Adrian's gonna do after this is over and say, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
And
Rats.
Don't talk about rats.
mad lads.
Mad lads.
They were choosing beggars.
Just wondering if they also have it. I am so very smart.
If we are to wait for our friend, maybe we'll find work doing something a little more productive.
That's always an option. You've done it before.
Think about it though. This is wood cutting. 5 gold, essentially.
Don't you just want to kiss these lips?